best, the best exercise there is
Sleep.
that's not the one I was thinking.
Do what you love what you do, 'cause love will return to you. Never give up, stay the fight, wear that hat with pride. You only need 3 things to succeed. A lot of try, a lot of heart, and guts.
Hey everybody, Mike Burkholder, Contra Costa today. I'm here with Brandon Roberts. Actually, that's Dr. Brandon Roberts.
Yeah, Dr. Brandon Roberts.
Chiropractor extraordinaire. How are you doing, sir?
Doing very well. Thanks for the very long notice to get here.
Well, so just so you all know, we planned this all in about 15 minutes, and
I was in pajamas 12 minutes ago.
12 minutes ago, and good thing you're right down the street.
Yeah.
So you just got back from India, a nice trip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a volunteerism trip, correct?
Yeah, that was a reason for going, yeah.
And so what were you doing over there?
I've been, 2 years in a row. Last year we went to Delhi for a few days serving chiropractic to thousands and thousands of people. This last trip was in Mumbai, and the same group. The group is Sant Nirankari Mission. And they're a spiritual organization that's been going on for 80-something years, and they just serve people. They're non-denominational. They believe in oneness and one God, and all religions are preaching or talking about the same one source, one God. So one of the presidents of Life Chiropractic College where I went to school, the Board of Regents president, has been with this group his whole life. And he started this about 5 years ago with a few doctors. Now there were 60 of us there this time. And we just decided to start going. And they said there were 60 doctors this time, and I couldn't stay away. I just wanted to go and experience it and serve, and it's grown exponentially. And we have had incredible stories there. And like I said, I tried to go couple years ago, it didn't work out, didn't leave the airport, got delayed, and then this year was a really good experience. We spent 3 days adjusting for 10 hours a day. We probably saw 9,000 people in 3 days.
So what was that like? Just kind of, were people like messed up? Were they just out of sort? I mean, what did you see? Like, is it like here when you see a patient, or is it a little different? There's a lot more severe things, because these people, a lot of them come. There's over 1 million people at this event, and they build this city out of tents and feed 1 million people 3 meals a day out of kitchens. We got to take tours of the kitchens, and I got to stir like 8-foot pots full of lentils, make millions and millions of little naan, like little roti bread things, and so it's really well organized. But there's people coming from fishermen and farmers and little sustenance farmers out in all over India. And they come in for these missions and to get services and to serve, and that's their main thing, is all about service. Sure.
And there's hundreds of thousands of people serving these other people. And they all dress the same, the servants. They're sawadals, it's like the servants, and so you can't tell if the guy's a CEO of a IT company or if he's a poor farmer. And in India, that's a big thing, because they're really based on class, classes. So we got there, and what was I saying?
Just what you saw.
Oh, what I saw. I got off a track. So we got there, and we start seeing people, and the first ones you see are these. One of the first memories I have is a kid that I thought was a couple years old and was 6 and couldn't barely walk, was hunched over, had some type of hip dysplasia where the hip sockets weren't fitting in, so where his hip was supposed to be was like way back into like behind his pelvis. And we sent him out to get x-rays and MRIs and stuff, and luckily there's a chiropractor in Mumbai, so we referred to him to have some follow-up done. So there was that. Another child I saw, I thought was 5 or 6, and was 15 with cerebral palsy. Wow. No eye contact, no muscle tone, completely disconnected. I wanted to see him every 2 hours, because we only get a few days. I saw him 2 hours, and I was doing something else. He saw another lady that actually practices in India a couple times, and he was doing better, making eye contact just within a few hours. He was smiling, giant, beautiful grin on his face, and then never saw him again. His brother that was bringing him in never brought him back, so that's going to haunt me forever. But that's a lot of things we see as kids. A lot of kids that we saw, just have no health care. They're kind of suffering, but their family loves them, because I think over there a lot of times they would just give them up because they're so poor.
Yeah.
They would just give them to a orphanage or something because they can't afford to take care of them. So these ones were loved and they were brought to us. Then we see pretty much anyone over 40 had knee problems because they're all squatting down all day or sitting cross-legged, doing their jobs, either, like I said, farming, working in little shops, making tools, just doing whatever they do. But we had a line of people waiting for hours and hours for us to see us. And we were actually able to do x-rays, MRIs and stuff. We had a bus sending people out, coming back. So it wasn't like we were just flying blindly. We actually were able to, if we needed to or thought something was wrong, we were able to get those services for them.
So volunteering is nothing new to you. I know that you do the veterans stand down. How does that compare to the experience in India? Is it completely different? Is it similar? Is it?
Well, I've done the stand down for I think 4 different times. Twice East Bay stand down in Pleasanton, and then of course the local one, the stand down in Delta the last 2 times. It's very different because we don't need translators here.
Sure. Yeah.
That's one thing.
You'd hope.
Yeah, for the most part, we don't need translators. But it's just the things that we're seeing. What's really incredible about India versus here, which is good or bad thing, and I have a degree in pharmacology too before I was a chiropractor, so I know a lot about medicine. I'm not bashing medicine. Medicine definitely has its place in the world in saving lives and emergency medicine type things. It's incredible. It saved members of my family's lives, and it's good stuff.
Totally.
But because I learned that so much and I got to see kind of the bad side of it working in pharmacies, that's why I wanted to do something more natural, more healthcare oriented. So with that said, when we were in India, we saw people that had lots of serious things going on, seizure disorders and, like I said, cerebral palsy, all these untreated kind of conditions, but they were still pretty pure. They hadn't been drugged up on 12 different medications and all the side effects and toxicity of those kind of things. They hadn't had lots of surgeries and they hadn't been cut on and stuff. So their bodies have a much higher ability to heal, I think, because they're still pretty pure.
So there's not as much immunity that they've already built up to certain drugs?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's just not like we in chiropractic we talk about the 3 stressors, the 3 T's: thoughts, traumas, and toxins.
Got it.
So they have a lot of mental, emotional stress from being so poor, but they have a lot of physical stress from either birth traumas or the hard labor that they're doing 14, 18 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. But they don't have as much chemical stress like we do, like medications and pollution and plastics and all the stuff we have in our world here, which is convenient, but can be toxic. So when we would adjust them, they seem to respond much more quickly than the people here, like at the stand down, or when I go to San Quentin and adjust inmates there, they tend to be on lots of medications, and that kind of muddies the water, so it seems like it's slower to get them to heal. That's is kind of what I noticed. The response was quicker, when we were seeing people over there.
Got it. So you mentioned San Quentin. So did you go there as a doctor or as an inmate?
As a doctor, yeah. I spent over 24 hours there.
So that counts.
Yeah, I've done
Spent
a full
a night
day.
in San Quentin.
Yeah, well, yeah, in chunks. Fortunately, they let me out every shift. So I've done that for about 5 years. I actually started doing that before the stand down. Mm-hmm. The motto and philosophy that I go by and we were trained to utilize and as our mindset in chiropractic school at Life West Chiropractic College was give, love, and serve out of abundance. So my belief is everyone deserves chiropractic care regardless of what their situation is or what they've done. They're still a human being. They deserve some care. So I decided to do that, to go see what it was about, to serve these people. And these are members that are called the Trust Fellows. And trust stands for teaching, I wrote down, teaching responsibility using sociological training, and it started in 2003. And they do a lot of training and anger management and stuff. They pass all these courses, and they're more lower security inmates that have been in for a lot of times decades. They're not getting out, or so we're winning to see them. We're not seeing death row. We're not seeing short-term people. So I wanted to go just experience that and go to help those people. And then I had a little in the back of my head, and some my friends saying, "What are you going helping those people for? They could have been rapists or murderers. Who knows what they would have done to your parents or anything like that." I'm like, okay. So to kind of balance that out, I was like, what else can I do? My dad's a Vietnam veteran, and I was like, okay, that's would be a good thing to go help veterans. So I started doing that too, and I do both every year, kind of to keep my karma in balance or in check, you know.
So I know that you do a lot of volunteerism, and is that just kind of re-energizes you, after the daily grind of doing all your real work, trying to give back? Is that just kind of an extra energizer for you?
Yeah, it does, and it removes all the barriers of kind of insurance and billing and all the office procedures. I just get to go and do purely what I love to do, which is get my hands on people.
The darn paperwork.
That darn paperwork, that actually you get paid from. But, it's a necessity, but it's just pure service, and I like to do that. Kind of growing up, as a kid, I remember watching the Jerry Lewis telethon every year, and my parents would have us call and make a donation. I think back then it was $5 or $10 per kid, and there was 2, 3, or 4 of us. So they just kind of just instilled in us to do that. So you can either help with time or money. And I am fortunate enough to not work a whole lot of hours, so I feel obligated and honored to be able to utilize my spare time to give and serve, as much as I can. And it's fun to do. I love what I do. If I could go out and win the lottery, and I would probably have a free clinic and travel the world and adjust people for free, and work way harder than I do now getting paid.
It's funny because with the lotto, it's like if you ever won, it's like you can't spend it all. 90% of it you're going to donate, basically. It's easy to spend, but you're not going to get through it all.
No.
So
yeah, I would start up facilities around the world. I would put tons of money into chiropractic research to back up what we do. But that's just, it's just more fun. I'd rather almost, work for free than get paid to do it. But
and I know on a local level, one of the big organizations that you spend a lot of time with is Special Haven. And how did you get involved with that, and what's it like working with that community?
I've been with them probably 6 years or so. I've been on the board. I started with a couple of guys that were patients of mine that were massage therapists, and they were on the board of Special Haven. Special Haven's a multi-sensory room in downtown Antioch, and it's a place where it's like I said, multi-sensory room. There's lights, colors, textures, bubble tubes, ball pits, and so children and even adults of all spectrum of learning disabilities and special needs can interact with it, no matter what their level.
It's a very cool room.
You've been down there?
Oh yeah.
You should come down and do something.
I was at the
honest.
grand opening.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. That was a while ago.
I jumped in the balls.
The ball pit.
Ball pit.
Yeah. So the cool thing is it's vibroacoustic. You put music on and feel the vibration in the ball pit. So that's a really fun place. But so I started getting involved with that because that's my passion, is helping kids. Even though I don't have kids of my own, I have a couple, step kids. Actually, I got married in a mass wedding when I was in India.
Oh, nice.
With 99 other couples. That was pretty incredible, a beautiful experience. So I guess I have stepchildren now.
So you're finally married?
Yep.
Wow.
It's not legal here.
Poor girl.
It's not legal in America.
Oh, okay.
We could sign a couple of things and it would be legal.
Oh, so you're good then. You got.
Yeah.
It's
I'm just as my Indian bride, as she always says.
It's fun getting married. Being married, no comment.
It was fun being married in front of hundreds of thousands of people and getting married and blessed by Guru, this leader of millions and millions of people. That was, but anyways, back to Special Haven. So I just, I love helping, special needs kids, and it's about, chiropractic is about connection, reconnecting brain to body. And these kids are very disconnected from birth traumas and things. So if we can reconnect them, it helps them function better. So they can go in this room, if they're nonverbal in a wheelchair, they can set up things in the room where they have control. They can change colors, they can change the music, they can do things like that. Or if on the other extreme, they're very hyperactive and hyperkinetic and can't sit still and focus, you can kind of do things, set up the music and set the room for them to burn off the energy or to start to focus. Like some kids just go in there and set the room how they want, just to do homework. They say,
Yeah.
hey, I want the room to be blue, or I want the room to be red, and they can kind of hang out and do their homework.
Very nice.
So just because the results I've seen from there, I started to work through there. And I have another practice specifically in there just for children, special needs kids. So, and I do lectures there called the Perfect Storm presentation. I'm doing one coming up on, I think, the 17th, but it's a live webinar I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try in that. Because a lot of parents, I've had trouble with a lot of people signing up and not being able to make it because they're hard for them to get out of their house and leave their kids at home. So I had to adapt, and we're doing a live webinar coming up
Very
on
nice.
the 17th. So
And how long are those?
it's an hour. It's I think I wrote down if I was prepared. My 12 minutes I had to
You had to
shave
write
and
things
shower
down.
and
There's
get
no shame
ready.
in that.
No. 2:15. It's on February 15th. It's at 7 p.m. So you can find Robert's Chiropractic, and if you want to sign up there, and they can share it from there if you want to find out more about what I do and how. Like we might be thinking, what the heck is kids in chiropractic? How would that work? It's about low back pain. While I was in India, I was posting a few videos, and one of my friends shared it. One of the things I posted, and then some guy got on there and just stated some terrible, terrible things about any parents that let their effing kids go to a effing quack chiropractor should be to have their head examined, have their children taken away. He's just funding his lavish vacations by taking advantage of these people. And the guy's pretty ignorant because he has no idea what he's talking about.
Are you a quack?
No.
Okay.
I'm a licensed healthcare professional, and I have a degree in pharmacology, so I know quite a bit about that side.
There you go.
But
There.
he was saying that, and I actually paid for me and my wife and her son to go there, paid for hotel, paid for food, took 2 weeks off of work. So for me to go and serve people cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I paid to go work for free. And I do the same thing in San Quentin. I take Fridays off, and that's my busiest day of the week. And I take, it costs me a significant amount of money to go help these
But
people.
you put in what you get back.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah, and
life
like I said,
in general.
it recharges you and gets me through the next amount of time. Some people do other things, and everything I do, every vacation I take is chiropractic. Anywhere I go. I think 5 years ago I went to Hawaii, and that was the only thing I've done in probably 10 years that didn't have a chiropractic draw to it. I wasn't turned into a vacation because of chiropractic.
The one thing I've noticed about you is that you're always doing chiropractic. You're giving back to the community. What advice would you give to people to find out kind of to do what they love and finding the passion in what you do as a living?
Some people have to just work hard and don't get to do what you do. You went through a path and got steered, and you ended up here where you're passionate, and everyone sees how passionate you are about everything that you do. And I was fortunate enough to do that too, because of the way I was raised and brought up, and just some luck and chance that I was able to go to college and all these kind of things. But I've always loved health and science. I was a competitive gymnast growing up, and I always wanted to know how the body worked, how you could be better and perform better. And because of injuries sustained in that, I started going to chiropractor. And that just became, passion, like, okay, I can learn about the body, which I love, and then apply that directly to the body, straight, mechanically, physiologically, directly, with nothing in between, just me and the person on the table. So because I was fortunate enough to do that, like I said, I just love doing it. I do it as much as I possibly can. As far as advice for other people, I always hear the cliche, do what you love and you never have to work.
True.
But sometimes doing what you love doesn't pay the bills. So,
True statement.
yeah. And if it does work out that way, where you have to work at a job to support your family or support yourself, you can still always find time to do little things to serve and help people.
Sure.
And maybe at some point that will allow you to turn that into your passion becoming your life.
A lot of it is I found that it's a lot of luck involved.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here I started a little blog 5 years ago and kind of went down one path and then it morphed into another path, grew an audience, changed the path again, it went bigger, and all of a sudden you came out with East County Today, and 5 years later now we're having a vlog in an office,
Yeah.
and just kind of dumb luck really is involved in what I do. Not saying I'm not smart about it, but you have to take those signs and really take a chance.
Yeah, luck favors the prepared, or whatever they say.
Well, you make your own luck.
Yeah.
You take a chance, and,
And, you know, people always, you know,
and those that can't do criticize.
exactly, yeah, and we see that a lot. And if you don't have haters, you're not trying hard enough.
The haterade,
Yeah.
the keyboard commandos.
But I think, you know, I was fortunate. It's hard to say that what's the best thing to do so your passion can become your career. Everything just meshed my whole life as far as only thing I've been passionate about is the human body and how the body works. And I found a profession where it matches that exactly. And like I said, I had a sidetrack where I had a degree in pharmacology and changed 180 degrees. But because of that, it gives me more of an education than most people in my career have. And it was just a good way of learning how the body works and performs. So even though I don't use that, it's still, you know, the body's self-healing, self-regulating, as long as we live by the rules of being human, you know.
In your profession, obviously you're very passionate about it, but you're obviously there to help people no matter what. And maybe correct me, but it seems like in America a lot of it's based on insurance and the medical industry. Is it hard to tell people no when you know you could fix them if there was just some of the rules let up?
I usually don't say no. I kind of just let
You're gonna
the
get a lot of
chips
phone
fall.
calls now.
Yeah, like I said, the philosophy of my school is give, love, and serve out of abundance, regardless of their ability to pay. So we just kind of take care of everybody or try to work it out so everybody can get the care that they need. And that's why I have my main practice at Deer Valley Chiropractic, where we do mostly insurance and all that kind of stuff. And then I have my practice at Special Haven, where I see kids, and I don't take insurance there.
Got it.
Because insurance doesn't cover I'm not treating back pain for like a 5-year-old with sensory processing disorder or ADHD or chronic ear infections. I'm just trying to, and I have some really amazing, cool technology where I can scan the nervous system to see where the stress is. So I'm not treating autism or sensory or ADHD or ear infections. I just use this technology to find out where the stress or subluxation in the spine is, remove that, and watch the body thrive and vibrate higher and heal. So it's not a treatment for anything, it's just allowing the body to perform how it's supposed to. I think I got sidetracked again on the question.
It's very, just basically the question was insurance ruins everything.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of my friends, my most successful friends, they don't go the insurance route. They take cash and work out cash plans. In this environment here in our local area, you know, people are paying such astronomical co-pays and deductibles and everything else. I don't feel like I can go that direction because I want to take care of people.
Sure.
And I feel I'm very, very good at what I do. And everybody deserves to experience, you know, a great chiropractor. And if I was out of that, it would be more exclusive. I want to be taking care of a certain socioeconomic group.
Sure.
And I want to really be available to
You like
broader
you like the
people.
Delta View.
Yeah, I like the Delta View. My family's been here for 5 generations. Born and raised here. My uncle, Vern Roberts, the mayor in the 70s. So we have a long
Name
history.
drop in there, huh?
Vern, yeah, you know, my dad's Vern Roberts, one of my brothers is Vern Roberts, my great uncle's Vern Roberts, so,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah.
In terms of helping people, what are some like daily tips that could keep people out of your office of stuff they could do around the house or at work or just to kind of get their body moving and stretched, and what's kind of some quick tips, I guess?
Okay. The best advice, a book I'm reading right now, it's an incredible book by Dr. Chestnut. He's a chiropractor and he has a much other degrees, Canadian guy, is live right for your species type, and it breaks it all down. You know, it's like every species has rules to follow. If you're a giraffe, you got to follow giraffe rules.
Sure.
If you're a redwood, you got to follow redwood rules. You know, if you're a plant and you're not doing too good, you're not producing fruit, you get sun, soil, nutrients in the soil, water, and it's natural law. You can't help but thrive and get healthier. Same with our bodies. We just got to follow human rules. Eat right, have interpersonal connections, have communication between your brain and your body through the nervous system, sleep well, drink enough clean, healthy water, you know, all
Does
those basic
wine
things.
count?
Sure, in moderation.
Well, what's considered moderation? Because they come in bottles, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrible to let it go to waste.
Exactly.
But if you're living in moderation, then you're mediocre too. So you can look at it that way. But there's just rules to follow. You know, like you said, just exercise, eat food. If you want to be more alive than dead, eat food that's more alive than dead. That's my only nutritional advice I give people.
So no meat?
Yeah, it's close. Anything that touches the dirt or grows close to the
Wow.
dirt. Go to the grocery store. Only shop in the perimeter of the grocery store, because all the boxes and cans and jars and processed unhealthy stuff is in the rows. All the sugar and salt and cans and jars. So the meat, produce, dairy is all around the perimeter of the store.
That's
So
dead though.
Hmm?
You said it's dead.
more alive than dead. You
Okay.
can eat more raw, eat more salads, eat more colorful things, and not Skittles, but more.
Not a Skittles guy.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like
Reese's
green
peanut
leaf-
butter cup.
green.
Reese's peanut butter cups.
That's a color.
It's good.
Beige is a color, but not.
Girl Scout cookies.
There are lots of different colors. It says in the box, yellow number, whatever, red
The
number.
green Thin Mints. Yes.
Those are really good. So yeah, just drink lots of pure, clean water. Eat lots of vibrant, live food. Like I said, that's closer to the source. Organic if you can. There's lots of local things that are growing around here. Exercise, and the best exercise there is
Sleep.
that's not the one I was thinking. It's the one you'll do. If you hate to jog, and someone says jogging's the best thing, well, you're not going to do it.
I walk as fast as I run. I don't run,
Yeah. Okay.
so I won't run.
So yeah, it's just the best. If you like, chasing around people with a camera 24 hours a day,
I can do that.
Yeah, that's good exercise. If you like gardening, that's good exercise. If you like skating, that's good exercise. So do things you like, not that torture you.
Got it.
Also, add good things in instead of depriving yourself by removing things. Like add salad, add a smoothie in the morning, add some juice or something instead of removing things.
I didn't look at it that way. That's actually pretty good advice.
Yeah, so then as you start doing that, you probably start vibrating at a higher level, start feeling a little healthier, and maybe start making some healthier choices. Like, this stuff is start tasting a lot better. I don't need that third drive-through of the day today.
Honest question though. Do you think East County could handle me at a higher level?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Sorry, guys.
You know, up your game.
I feel bad for everyone that I cover. So,
Yeah, I don't know. You might be running on whatever's in that cup over there.
no.
Water. But yeah, everyone deserves to be at their best.
So for those that want to get involved in some of the volunteerism that you do in India or other countries, how do they get involved with that, and where could they contact or visit for more information?
Well, the Sant Nirankari Mission, they're a worldwide organization. Obviously, they're based in India, and there's a guru, Mataji, who's the leader of this organization, and she took over a year or so ago. Her husband was killed in a car accident. He ran the organization for 50 years, and
Wow.
It's not familial linear. She was actually appointed to this position. But there's 100 branches outside of India,
Okay.
and there happens to be one in Tracy.
Oh.
So actually I haven't been out there yet, but I'm going there this Sunday to go show them, say thank you for allowing us to go there and serve and to be more connected.
And get married.
And to show them wedding pictures. They're unbelievable. If you find me, Brandon Roberts, on Facebook, there's some incredible, cool pictures on there.
And actually, you were also interviewed by national media in India.
Yeah, Times of India, and all these things. So I has interviews. If you want to see part of the wedding live, just Google or YouTube
I'll throw in the link.
Yeah, U.S. It was Mass Wedding Mumbai 2018, and it'll come up. So, but as far as if you want to find out more about the mission, they're actually having their first, what they call their gatherings or samagam. They're having their first one co-sponsored with any other organization in their history, with Life Chiropractic College West.
Now, do you have to be a chiropractor, or can you go to do other things?
No, there's only like a few of us. You can be anybody to come to this event at the school.
Okay.
Like I said, there's only 12 chiropractors in India, so it's not. But their philosophy and our philosophy.
Only 12?
Yeah.
Out of 1 billion people?
1.3 billion people. Yeah.
Oh.
Growth market.
That's a good revenue stream there for them.
Yeah. so we're trying to work with them, and their philosophy matches ours.
Okay.
Like there's a universal intelligence that it controls everything in the universe and allows it to run, whether you call it Allah or Jesus or God or whatever you want to call it. It's the same oneness.
Sure.
And that controls the universe, and then there's a power in our bodies that control our bodies, how we function and how we heal. And that's the exact same philosophy of chiropractic. So that's why we mesh so well together, and that's why we're so well respected when we go over there. But anyways, they're having their samagam on the 24th. Is that a Saturday? Yeah, the 24th at Life West Chiropractic College. And it's open. You can find out about that. And it's an all-day event where they'll be talking about their mission and what they do. They go around, their people, they serve a lot. They do a lot of service. And they'll go around and clean up their neighborhoods like we do here, neighborhood cleanup kind of things. They'll go through train stations and clean them up. They also do mass blood drives. I think they had the world's largest Guinness Book of Record blood drive. So they do huge amounts of that kind of service type things. So yeah, you can find out at
I'll throw the link in there. And
yeah, I'll give you some of that information.
I can't get that number out of my head. 12 chiropractors for 1 billion people. Antioch alone's probably got a dozen. I know in all of these counties, you've got at least 2 dozen.
Yeah, there's probably 20, 30. And we're only seeing, which is incredible, and why, if you know Dr. Sean Wright, Mayor Dr. Sean Wright, we're in a lot of the same organizations together, and people are like, don't you think it's competition? We're like, dude, look at us. We're not going to attract the same type of people. And only less than 10% of people are actively seeing a chiropractor. So there's no competition. We have a way huge gap to fill. And in India, we're trying to, through the schools, trying to open up colleges there to educate people, because they think they graduate 60,000 dentists, but because it's so hard and expensive to own a dental office with the tools and the cleaning and all that kind of stuff, most of them never practice. But they're educated in health sciences. So if we can get them into kind of a truncated or accelerated program, we can have them out in the field serving their neighborhoods and their family and their culture within a couple of years. And that's what we're looking at. And then we're also going to Kenya and China and just trying to spread the word of natural health care.
Very nice. Well, it's been great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming in on a whole 15 minutes notice.
Yeah,
we just kind of decided to do it today, and it worked out, and now you got to go to another meeting in Brentwood.
If you're asked, just say yes. That's my best piece of advice. This whole trip through the India thing, I was asked, I went, it was incredible. I went back again with my girlfriend and her son, and ended up getting married in front of hundreds of people.
So when you go back to India, though, are you technically married there?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see a ring on this finger, though. That's the other hand. But yeah, no ring on this finger.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. We even had a ring made within 2 days.
Wow.
And I got there, my friend's a chiropractor in Mumbai. He's like, oh, I'm a jeweler too, don't you? My family owns jewelry stores. We can have that made really quick.
Nice.
So just say yes and trust.
And any volunteerism, just say yes.
Yeah, especially volunteer. Say yes and until you can't say yes anymore, until it hurts.
Yes.
And then be more efficient, and then say yes some more.
And replace good food with bad food.
I don't think that's how it goes.
I know. I like the bad stuff.
It's an 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. 80% good, 20% bad.
Perfect.
All right.
This is Dr. Brandon Roberts. I'm Mike Burkler, Contra Costa today. Please like, subscribe, follow. We'll see you next time when we have another guest. Take care.
Thank you.